Good morning, everyone. I wanted to make a quick video to show you how you upgrade your Terrarium TV application. And the reason that you have to go through this process is because the version that we are using is the ad-free version, so you don't get any of the pop-up advertisement. If you had the version that has the pop-up advertisement, then the app does self-update. But as long as we don't need to go there for now, I'll go ahead and keep trying to keep the latest version of the Terrarium ad-free. Now, what you want to do is, first of all, as you can see, I'm here at the Amazon home screen. At the very top, come over to settings. We're going to have to uninstall the current version that you have. So come down to applications, come down to manage install applications, and then find Terrarium right there. Now I happen to have version 1.83. You might have 1.81 or something earlier. The latest version is going to be 1.86. So to uninstall, you hit enter at Terrarium and just come here to uninstall. Click it once, click it twice, and that's it. Now at this point, you want to connect to my website. So all you have to do is, you're already in your applications folder, so just come on up and you might get this that says that the app was removed, which we just did, and we can delete the associated file. And you can go ahead and say yes, delete, because we're going to be downloading the newer version. Okay, so come up to ES File Explorer. You should all have that by now with a link. So hit launch application with a link to my website. Once this comes up, come over to the left-hand side, find the link that you created, or if you have bought a device from me within the last 45 to 60 days, this should already be on there because I've been putting it on every device. It says MFM is the bookmark, as you can see. Click it, and then on the right hand side you will see all the files that are in my APK directory, and just come down and find Terrarium TV Premium 1.86. This one says Fire Stick, but for those of you that have the Android boxes like the Z box, the MeCool, the M8 and others, it is perfectly safe to download this version. Just click it. It'll automatically start to download. Takes a few seconds. Then you say open file, say install. Come to the bottom right here, say install again. This will take a few seconds, not too long. We'll go ahead and let this run in real time so that you can see it doesn't really take all that much time. And there we go. At this point, you can go ahead and open it. And you're going to get some startup dialog boxes that you need to click through. So the first one's just showing you the changes in this version, which is 1.8.6. So you click OK. Now it's asking you to choose your default player. Pick the MX player. You should all have that installed. Then you have the disclaimer that you need to accept, and then you're good to go. The way that the system defaults is usually in the TV section, so that's why you have all of these TV programs right here. You know, again, it works exactly the same way. If you wanted to see any of the shows, you just click it, come over to season. You got all the different seasons. You pick a season. When you first run either on the movie or the TV section, you're going to get this little pop-up that just basically says that if you hold the long press on your enter button, then the screens it'll start searching for screens. So just make sure that says don't show again. So click away. So right as you can see, it says season 3 episode 1, that would be episode 2, that would be episode 3, and so forth and so on. So if you click episode 4, for example, now you can either go to the very top right where you see the play button, which is right there. That'll start searching for streams, or you can hold for a few seconds and let go the center button on your remote, and it'll do the exact same thing. Now when this pops up, make sure, this is part of this new version, that you click don't ask again, or it'll keep asking you if you want to change to the yes player. And we don't want to change to the yes player, so we want to stay with MX player. And that's showing you that the top button there will allow you to switch video players on the fly. At any rate, here are your streams. Remember, the ones on the top are the better ones. These CDN ones are working fairly well. All you gotta do is just click it, click play. And again, if one stream doesn't work, just back up and go to the next stream. That's kind of the way, this whole process works. So this time, the very first stream I hit is going to work. Like I said, those CDN ones are, pretty good, pretty reliable.
Previously on Lucifer, Doctor, someone is forcing.
And there you go. If it wouldn't have worked, I just hit the back key. You just go to the next one. I will warn you that currently the Google video ones are not really working, so you might want to avoid those, but these CDN ones are working fairly well. And all you need is one link to work. Now if you click the back key, just remember you come all the way to the top left corner where the 3 little lines are, and that's where you change to the movies. And again, this comes up with most popular, but if you notice the little blue arrow that's pointing down, you can just click that. It's already defaulted to it, and you can change it to whatever heading you want. If you constantly like one particular heading, like I like it to come up on these new releases, you can actually change it in the settings. I'll show you that in a second. And as you can see, there's some good movies. Right now, it's one of that time of years where a lot of new movies, if they were nominated for Golden Globes, you're going to find good quality streams for them. I watched this one the other day. It's a pretty good movie. If you come down here back to the top left and then pick settings, then you've got a bunch of settings. I would generally tell you to not mess around too much with these, but some of these are fairly self-explanatory. And the one that I was mentioning to you right now is right here where it says choose default navigation. So for TV shows, if you want TV shows, if you want it to come up in movies, you would just change that to movies. You can also tell it in the movie category which one of the categories you want. I like new HD releases, for example. So now let's go out and let's go all the way out of here, and we'll go back to the main Amazon menu. Now again, when you when you do this process, you might lose the recent excuse me, the recent link. All you got to do is just come here to your apps and games, go all the way to the right, and that's where all the applications, you'll find them. You can also go to that manage application folders we were just at. Click one to the left, that'll bring you all the way to the bottom, which is is where you will find the latest apps that you've installed. And you can see Terrarium's right there. You can just hit the button with the 3 lines, say move to front, and then when you click home key, now you will see that Terrarium is right there. And now when we run it, you will see that it'll come into movies and new HD releases as we set up in the settings. So there you have it, folks. That's how you upgrade to the current version. This version is working very well. I've had very little issues with streams on it. Hopefully the developer will keep this application up to date. As usual, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me a line on Facebook Messenger. I hope you all had a good holiday season, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.